Hi and welcome back to my channel. This is Gwen. Thank you for joining me today as I show you some more spring Easter DIYs. These are very simple to do. So for this first DIY, I am taking some of these Dollar Tree items. I have a wood pallet by Crafter Square along with that bunny word that came in a pack from Crafter Square. I'm also using some of these wood pieces, rub-on transfers, spelling out the word hop, and that leaf garland. It's a mini wired wreath that comes in a roll, and I just created a small wreath out of it. I'm also using this carrot ribbon in the burlap, and that's from the 99, as well as these little wood bunny cutouts from the Dollar Tree as well. The first thing I did was cut those bunnies that I will be using. I'm taking 3 of them and cutting them in half. Just like this. This came as a one piece, but I split them up into 2 pieces. I am using this wood tint by Folkart and just brushing that onto this wood palette, and using a wipe I will be rubbing off the excess, just blending it into the wood. So next up, I am taking this pumpkin colored chalk paint by Waverly and painting the centers of the wood pieces. So to make these wood pieces and the words stand out a little bit more, I decided to use a Sharpie marker, a Sharpie paint marker, and just outline around the wood piece. And this will sort of frame out the letters that I'm going to rub into the wood. Next, I took some of these letter rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree, spelling out the word hop, and just burnishing each of those letters over the wood pieces. And when that part was completed, it was time to arrange my pieces onto this pallet wood. So first I made this mini wreath using a wired garland from Dollar Tree and just formed it into a circular shape to create this wreath. And taking some small pieces of lavender or any purple flowers that you can find in your scrap pile, I just added those to add some color to this wreath, just using hot glue. Now it's time to paint this little bunny wood sign using some plaster chalk paint. So the first thing I'll be doing is gluing this piece of burlap ribbon down to the top of this pallet wood, just using some hot glue. So here you'll see that I am just arranging my pieces onto this pallet wood, just trying to gauge how I want everything to be placed before I actually glue the pieces down. So essentially I wanted those pieces of wood that spells the word hop to be the center body of each bunny. And I thought that was super cute. So first off, you're going to want to glue your bunny pieces down, the head and the bottom part of the body, before gluing the center wood pieces. And here I'm just eyeballing the space between each of the pieces, just making sure that you have it evenly spaced out. Then I went ahead and glued down my wreath. And the last piece is the bunny word. It did break in the middle of me painting this piece, but I went ahead and just glued it together, and you couldn't even tell once everything was put together. And to finish off this DIY, I just used a buffalo check ribbon, making a simple shoestring bow, which I will be gluing down to the center of that wreath. And that does it for DIY number 1. I hope you enjoyed this project. I think it came out adorable and unique, and it will be a great addition to my Easter decor. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Now moving right along to the second DIY of this video, I am using another one of those pallet wood from Dollar Tree, taking some wood tint by Folkart and just rubbing that across the board using a brush and wiping it off with a wipe. I will also be using that chalkboard mason jar, as well as some wood cutouts that came in an assorted pack. These are the springtime themed pack, and I'm also using FARMFRESH by DIY Paint, moss colored chalk paint by Waverly, as well as a peachy color, I believe from either Apple Barrel or Decor Art. I'm not really sure. But you can see here that I'm painting each piece, at least a couple of pieces, in the same color. And the leaves are in this moss chalk paint, and the flowers will be in that peachy color. So first thing you want to do is to remove the jute string that came with the mason jar decor piece. Taking some of these Dollar Tree rub-on transfers in this design pattern, I just cut out the areas that I wanted to use for this project. And I really like this vase with the flowers in it, and I thought that it would be perfect for that one side of the mason jar, since I was planning on doing something a little different to the other side, which you will see shortly. So in order to make the color or the transfer pop out better, you'll want to do a background color. So I did choose this very nice bluish gray color in the color Skeleton Key from DIY Paint, and just painting the middle portion of the mason jar. So as you can see here, it looks a lot better against that bluish gray color, as opposed to having left it the original black color. So I went ahead and rubbed on this transfer, which again I think is so pretty, so springtime. And it's so affordable and a great deal to find it at Dollar Tree for $1.25. So if you see these at your stores, definitely grab it, because you can make so many projects with these transfers. They come in so handy, and it's easy to refresh or make over a project just using transfers. I also used a yellow die cut sticker that came from Hobby Lobby, and it already had the adhesive in the back, so I didn't find it necessary to add any glue. It stuck on rather well to the project, so I just used the adhesive that it came with. And then I'm going to distress all of these wood pieces using some chalk paint in white, and also antique wax by Waverly on the peach flowers. And by doing this, you definitely make your pieces pop out a little bit more and stand out, as opposed to blending in with the background. And it really makes a big difference to me. Next, I'm using some of these pearl stickers that came in a sheet, and just cutting off strips that were long enough to fit the areas that I wanted to give a little more accent to. I just went ahead and cut those and adhered those to those areas. And I think that this definitely adds more pizzazz and makes it more complete. So far, I'm really happy with how this is looking. It's definitely looking very French or sort of Parisian to me. I really love how it has a nice contrast between rustic and shabby chic. I'm adding a bow just using this farmhouse ribbon from Dollar Tree, and making a simple shoestring bow, which I will be gluing to the corner of that mason jar lid. And then I'm going to go ahead and attach all my pieces down to this mason jar. And this is the part where you can really get creative and really play around with the pieces and decide on where you want your butterflies or your birds to go, or how you want your flowers to be arranged on here. So of course you don't want the flowers to be, you know, right next to each other. You want to have a good balance. You want them to be spread out, especially if you're using two colors. You don't necessarily want those two colors to be side by side. So you want to just sort of spread them out opposite each other so that you have different colors going on throughout the whole piece. And again, I am really in love with how this is turning out. I wasn't sure which direction I was going with when I first started this DIY. But once the wheels started turning, things were starting to fall into place. I was really getting excited about the direction this was going. And I'll have to say that in the end, it came out amazing and I'm super happy. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and add some of those greenery pieces to the wood palette, which will be right behind this mason jar. And that gives it a very nice spring touch with the green and just enough accent to this piece. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue the mason jar to this wood palette. And that about does it for this DIY. I hope you got some great ideas from this video and enjoyed watching my process. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. And again, I want to thank all my subscribers and viewers that keep coming back to watch my videos. I truly appreciate your support. And to all my new viewers, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you would consider subscribing and becoming a part of my creative family. Now it's time for a final look of both of the DIYs from this video. I am in love with the way these came out. These were adorable and affordable to make. I hope you enjoyed this video and got some good ideas. I want to take the opportunity to thank my viewers and any returning subscribers for your continued support and for coming back to join me on my videos whenever I post. I truly appreciate you. And to all my new viewers, I would invite you to please subscribe if you haven't already, if you're enjoying my content. Give me a thumbs up and share my videos. It really does help my channel to grow and for YouTube to notice me a little bit more and to put my videos out there for others to see. Thanks again for watching. I will see you in my next one. Take care.